Hi, welcome back to another video. In today's video I want to talk about my first job experience. This is extremely hilarious because the game before I was the last player standing with also pink team, and I died the most stupidly way because I fell into the void. But hey, it's okay, I'm known for falling to the void. Okay, so I decided to do this all over again because it would be more funny. I actually got the job offer from my best friend Melissa. I did a couple of videos with her, so be sure to check it out. Oh, nice. So one day she asked me if I would like to work with her at her stepdad's, I'm not sure if I'm calling it right, at his restaurant, I guess. I might be wrong. Melissa, you can connect me, okay? You can collect me. English is not Englishing. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, because I know he owns a restaurant, but that's probably just not how you call this thing. So her stepdad got called to do an event, like baked food and stuff, and we were supposed to be like their servers and stuff. Again, I must be calling it wrongly. I'm not really good at this food industry name stuff, but basically my job was to serve the food and the drinks and stuff to the people who were there. Hold on, I'll get to it in a second because this guy is just, my god, why? What? He probably has a TNT, honestly. He must have a TNT, right? Hi there. Hell no, what the hell? Why am I so bad at this game? Please tell me. Oh, maybe. Let's go. Okay, so I got there, but before I had to go to my work because I work at a school. That's something we have mandatory in our school. Then I come back to my school for 2 classes, and then right after I was supposed to go to the job, right? And that's quite a problem because the job was like 1 hour away from my school, so I would be late, and I don't want to make a bad impression of, turning to my first job at very late, like hour late, because that would not make a good impression. Why? Just why? Dude, okay. So I don't want to turn up late because that would be so disrespectful, and I want to make it clear, but I didn't have a job like ever, if we don't count the school thing, but that's from my school, so I just don't really count it because it's mandatory, and I didn't like apply or anything. And I did volunteer in summer camps and stuff, but I don't really count that because it was not a paid job, so it doesn't count, I guess, to my experience. Hold on, can we get him, chat? Can we? No, we can't. So this was like the first time I really got like paid for my job, and it wasn't a volunteer type of thing, so I did not want to be late. So my dad, he luckily drove me to the, I hope I never play this okay, so my dad actually drove me there because with car it's like 15 minutes and I could be on time, and it would be much better than turning an hour late with buses and stuff. So right after my last period at school, I rushed to the parking. Hell no! Come on, I'm trying to do commentary here. I need content, and my god, why? Dude, why? Just why? How did you even, bro? Why? Just why? What did I do to you? My god, my dad drives me there. And I show up there, I get dressed for the job. My best friend comes with her friend that I know because we did like wait. Why? So I know her friend because we did hang out, like all of us together when we were like children, and my friend, she shows me around the, like, it was a company, hold on, it was an insurance company, right? And she shows me around, we get our stuff to the lockers and stuff. I don't know if it's a locker, whatever. So to the changing rooms, I guess. Why? I'm trying to do a video and you keep distracting me. How do you even get up there? What the heck? He looks like cool dude. If you know that YouTuber, he was dope. Okay, my friend really told me what we were gonna do for the job, and I forgot. So I asked her again, and she told me again, and I forgot again. Oh my god, it was so embarrassing. But it's okay, she told me again. You did a stupid move there. So she told me again, and I was like, okay, good. So I was supposed to serve the food and the drinks as well. So she asked for me if I want to like go and work like outside on the roof of the company. And mind you, this was a Christmas event, okay? So it was like a Christmassy type of event. It was like a get-together for the company. Okay, so do I leave him? I think I'm gonna leave him just doing his own thing. Okay, so I wanted to work like indoors because I was a little sick before, like a week ago, and I was still like, sometimes I would like cough, but it was a rare thing. So I was like, okay, just to not get sick again, I'm just gonna work indoors. And then she said we will switch if any of us gets like cold, because her friend and my friend, they were working together, and I would like work alone. So we would switch if either of them got cold. So my best friend, she guides me to where I'm gonna work indoors. It was like right in front of the, like in the entrance really. So I come there and she's like, oh, you'll be working with these ladies, they are really pro. And I'm like, what do you mean they are really pro? I never done this. I don't even know how to do my job like good. I don't know how to do this, and they're probably doing this for a living. And I'm just like, oh my god, I can't mess this up, right? Okay, so she introduced me, and there was like a older lady in like her, oh my god, like her 40s, I guess. And then her daughter, who I was assuming was around my age, so like if she was my age, it would be like 18, but I think she was maybe like 19 or maybe 20. Okay, so we work at the station, and her mom, she's like, okay, so here's the punch. I don't know if it's really a different name in English, but here's the punch. It's like a Christmassy drink that's non-alcoholic, because there were also children at the event, okay? It was just like parents and their children, or whatever. Parents of the, parents that work in the company and their children. Okay, so she was like, okay, here's the punch, it's non-alcoholic. And then there's like red wine and white wine. And I was like, okay, punch, red wine, white wine. I turn around and I forget where was the white and where was the red wine. Like, I was not sure like which one was which, and there were no like tags. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna figure it out, and if I don't, I'm just gonna leave it there, I'm just gonna, if someone asks for red wine and it starts being white wine, then I will just leave the cup there and take another cup and do the red wine, and when somebody else is gonna come in like 2 seconds and wants the other wine, I would give them the wine, Okay, so it's going fine. We're just standing there giving out these drinks and stuff. There were also bagace. I don't know how it's called in English. So there was this lady, she would always come and say, I'm just gonna take one. And then she ate like 2 plates, which I don't judge. I love those. I would probably do the same thing because why not? I was told we were not allowed to like eat there at the event because obviously it's not stuff for us, So I was like, okay, it's fine with me. And in a few hours, Melissa's stepdad, he comes there to like check up on us, because he was, if I'm getting it right, he was the boss for like not just me but every like person there. So yes, he asked how's it going, if we need to refill the drinks, or if we need another pagace. So we did need that, so he asked me to come and get the food with him, and I was like, okay, and I am just going. He introduces himself, because I've never seen this guy, right? I know him because Melissa told me about him, obviously. So I knew who he was, and obviously, but I never seen him in like in real life. He was very nice. He was very chill. He's a really, really nice guy. And he's like, okay, we're gonna get the food where Melissa works. Like it's from her mom actually. So I was like, okay. But here's the thing. I already forgot where I was supposed to go. And I tell him that, and he's like, okay, it's not, it's okay, because we've never really seen this company, and obviously we're not gonna remember where everything is. So he just guides me there, and he's like, find Melissa's mom, and I'm like, okay. And I could not, I'm not shitting you, I could not find her mom. And I found Melissa and her friend. I found Melissa and her friend, and I was like, Melissa, help, I can't find your mom. And she's like so confused. She's like, why do you need my mom? And I'm like, your stepdad wants me to get the food from her. And she's like, oh, okay, she works right here. And I was like, okay, good. Why am I coming to his base if I do not have the tools? And I'm the last player standing, and I do not have any tools. Yeah, I'm dead. GG. We'll play. So I found Melissa's mom, and she gives me the food I'm supposed to take, and she's like, are you hungry, dear? And I'm like, yeah, but I was told we can't eat here. And she's like, oh, nonsense, and just starts giving me food to eat. So I was like, oh, okay. And I call Melissa to take the food, because I had full hands with my the thing I was supposed to take, the food. And she took my food, and I gave the food to the place I was supposed to take it. And Melissa's like, okay, you can go eat now. And I'm like, no, I can't. I was told I'm not supposed to. And she's like, oh no, you can eat. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm not gonna eat this like alone, because there's a lot of it. Can you help me? And she's like, oh yeah, sure. So we tell her dad that we're going to eat, and we go. I was paranoid about this. I thought I'm gonna get in so much trouble if they find me eating. So we went to eat in the bathroom. It was so hilarious, and I'm just munching on the food along with her, and then somebody comes, and she's like, oh, it was another person that was working there, and we were like, oh, and she's like, oh, don't worry, I won't tell anybody. I was just looking for my friend. I thought she's hiding here. And I'm like, oh, do you want some? And I just hand her the food, and I'm like, oh my god, where did you get this? It's so good. And I'm like, oh, what am I gonna tell her? And Melissa comes in and tells her, like, we got it from her mom. She also works here. She's like, oh, cool. So the three of us, we were eating the food. The girl's really nice. And then we finish eating in like a few minutes, and we come back to our workstations, and the girl just starts pointing at me and telling her friend something, probably like, oh, this is the person that gave me the food I was telling you about. It was so funny. And she was really nice to me the whole day. And she was actually not from the same company. She was working for like a summer camp company or whatever. She was my age. I found out she's the same age as me, so she was also 18, also in her third year of high school. And it was so funny because she was so like grateful for me for giving her the food. So she was working at this decorate your gingerbread station, and she comes to my I don't know how to call it, the thing where I was working at, right? She comes there with a bunch of gingerbreads, and she's like, take it. And I'm like, no, I can't. She's like, no, yeah, you have to take it. It's a gift. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much. The mom of the daughter left to go change with somebody else, because, oh, my bed is gone. Change with somebody else. Oh my goodness, that was good. Change with somebody else because they were cold. And I didn't want to sit in silence, so I was looking at this girl that was most likely my age, and I'm like, hey, are you also in high school? And she's like, no, I graduated 2 years ago. And I'm like, oh, cool. And then out of nowhere, she just looks at me and she says, I didn't actually graduate, like, I didn't do the exam, like, I failed it a few times. And I'm like, oh, so you must work here a lot, right? oh, I don't work. And I just look at her like, what the hell is she doing then? It was such a weird interaction. I didn't know what to say to her, because why? Okay, so I'm not judging, of course. It's all good. If that's what works for her, then that's fine with me. Melissa's mom comes there to like change for the girl's mom, and in a few minutes somebody else, probably Melissa's mom's friend or something, comes there too because she's cold. And I look at the girl I was talking to, and I look at her because I thought she's changing, because she was working there before me, right? I came a few minutes late, like 5 minutes late or something, so she was there before me, and I was told she was there like an hour earlier. Okay, because we could come here earlier, but my problem is that I had school at that time, Melissa as well. So I just look at her and I thought like she's gonna come. So her mom comes there, the girl's mom, and she's like, you come with me. And I'm like, oh, me? And she's like, oh, you, why would my daughter come? I'm like, oh, okay, your daughter doesn't want to be in the cold weather, right? And I was like, okay, whatever. So I just decided to, to come there. It was no problem with me. I was just like surprised that, it seemed to be like a weird behavior from the girl, just, didn't want her to do her job. She would also consistently go for smoke breaks or something, but whatever. So I come there with her mom, and we're supposed to do like, I don't know how these are called again. I will put the picture, 𝙎𝙬𝙘𝙚. We were supposed to, ask which ones do the customers want, and we would just serve them the food. And then we would do the drinks as well and stuff. And I was there for a while, and after a few hours I got cold, so I asked to be switched. It was all good. And I asked Melissa's mom, because she was the one switching me, and I'm like, there are girls in the who are also working there, and they are working like without any food, and their manager, doesn't give them any food, and I feel bad for them. Could I give her some food, because we had many of them spared? And she's like, oh, I'll ask. And she asked, and they said they were okay with it. So Melissa comes, and we just grab the food for everybody that's working there. And she helps me bring it downstairs. And I go up to the girls, and I'm like, hey, are you hungry? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, here's the food, you can eat it. And they're like, oh, really? And I'm like, yeah, and you don't have to hide. We asked, and it's all good. And they were like so grateful for it. And I think we did a good thing, because, everybody should eat. It was like around dinner time also, a few hours passed. So if they were working like so many hours, I get that they were really hungry. I would be too. And we also brought them some water, because nobody was drinking the water. Everybody wanted the sweet drinks and stuff. And in a few minutes, all the guests left. And we had to help with the packing the things, like putting the food away. We donated most of the food. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, that is rough. Oh, she is here. So we donate the rest of the food to the charity, and we start packing the things in these weird, like, not really boxes, but these special skateboard boxes that I've never seen. There were so many things I've never seen in my life, like special plates, special boxes, like, whoa, so cool stuff. And me and Melissa, we helped to carry them in the elevators and stuff. And then I asked the boss, Melissa's stepdad, what else should I do? And he's like, oh, you should empty the trash cans. Not empty, but like they were like tied to a trash can kind of thing, or I don't know how to call it. We were supposed to untie it with that girlie that I was working with, that one with her mom. And I was like, okay. And that girl looked like she would not want to touch the bin. And I was like, what's the big deal? You just untie it and we're just gonna put them together. And she looked like she was entirely disgusted. But it was a two-person job, because it was kind of hard to untie it without it, breaking. But hey, she did the thing, because the boss was working, so she could not go on another smoke break. And then we packed the things. We helped them carry them to his van. And then me, Melissa, and her friend and her mom drove to her stepdad's restaurant, and we helped with unpacking all the things into the restaurant. Then we get paid, and I get my friend, she asked her mom to drive me home, so I got driven home because it was like 9 p.m. at this point. And yeah, that's all. That's the story. Why are two people rushing me at the same time? That sucks. Red, bro. Yellow is rushing me. That's also rushing. Oh my god. Teaming. I think, do they not have the same skin? I swear. Okay, so that was it. It was the most coolest job experience I ever had. It was so fun, and all the people were super welcome, even if I got really distracted by random stuff, even if I forgot where to go. So yeah, I really appreciate that, because I thought it's gonna be super stressful and stuff, but everybody was there just nice and welcoming. And yeah, that was my job experience. It was very funny. I hope you liked it, and yeah, and I hope I didn't offend anybody. I didn't mean to offend anybody. Okay, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.